Good morning, guys. Father's Day. I was watching YouTube earlier, and some of the guys that I follow watch JR Go and Mr. Heavy Chevy and DD Speed Shop. And they all did Father's Day stuff, so I thought I'd get on here. I'd planned on having more on the Colorado, but I woke up Friday night. I'd evidently slept on my arm wrong or shoulder wrong. I got a pinched nerve in my shoulder, my neck somewhere, but my right arm's pretty much useless. So we're gonna do a little shop walk around, a little information, and maybe tell a dad story or two on some of them old kids. But anyway, happy Father's Day to all you guys, and you people that are not fathers yet but are thinking about being one. You might just want to click off on the video, and because I'm gonna tell a few stories that you may not be prepared to hear, that you may not be prepared to deal with your kids, but I'm sure they'll be worse than mine, because my kids are way worse than I was. I have three, and one has got things figured out and is on the right track, and the other two, one no, and the other one, I guess it's too soon to tell. He's only 18, so, but he's not going the right direction. Anyway, let's go look around here. We've got the Colorado here. Like I said, I'd kind of hoped to have the engine out of it. I've been working on it. Got it. I think I have. I need to pull the tranny pan, get the oil out of it, and pull the drive line. And I think I'm ready to set the engine out. That's the five cylinder, 3.5 liter, has a bottom end knock. If you watch all my videos, then you've seen this truck already. 2013 4.8 out of a full-size Silverado, severely crashed. Crashed bad enough that it, if I can see it, broke the water pump. So it hit it pretty good. Anyway, we got that. I've mentioned in my videos about getting you a project, even if it's a lawnmower. I bought this from a coworker, and it has the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have the park brake engaged to start it, and then you take the park brake off, and then you pull the arms in and go. If you pull the arms in with the park brake on, it'll die, and it won't start without the park brake on. So you can't just unplug it. Now they unplugged it, and they had a jumper wire here. I put a toggle switch on it. I've been trying to find all the parts to put it back together right, but it quit running on them, and they took it to a lawnmower shop, and he called and told them that it needed a new engine. Said the engine was not savable. So he offered to buy it from them or take it for what he owed. They went and picked it up, took it home, let it sit around their barn for a while, and I'll give $450 for it, and they provided me with a new battery. So I get it home and put the battery on it and hit the key. It ain't got no compression. Of course, I didn't look at anything, I just put the battery on it, see what happens. So I get to looking at it, don't have a spark plug in it. Put my finger in the hole, spin it over, good compression. Well, I get looking, and the guy has robbed all the coil and plug wire and all that stuff's gone. Bolts, everything's gone. So I round all that and put it on there, put a new carburetor on it, fired up, run like a top. Does smoke a little bit when you first start it, but I've been mowing with it 3-4 years. I ain't had any trouble with it. Shyster just trying to get, he got it running and was going to try to get it for nothing so he could sell it. It's exactly what he was going to do. We put tires and bearings and belts and hose and blades and normal maintenance, but it's been a good one. I'm at $1,000 all done, and been mowing with it 4 or 5 years. About a 13 model, best I can tell, 42-inch cut bad boy mower. So that's a neat little project to fiddle with. And then, like I said, we got the Colorado, and we got the just the motor out of the 82 Vet. I have it on for sale. on Marketplace. And there's a container, has all the pulleys and water pump, alternator and power steering pump, smog pump, all the bolts, everything's in there, fan shroud and all that. And then over there is the transmission. But like I said, I'm gonna put that in my vet. So we got the 82 out here. We have it on for sale, also on Marketplace. I have it for $1,500, no motor transmission. Car has good brakes, good frame, good body. Interior's in bad shape, but it has good brakes. And look how long it's been sitting. What's that? First of 05, 04 registration, 05 inspection sticker. So it hadn't been driven since 2004, and it still has a solid brake pedal. So I'm pretty sure it's got aftermarket brake calipers on it. You know, it's got $600 worth of brake calipers on it. If they are the Lone Star calipers, because I just put new Lone Stars on that, so they're $600. If they're not, if they're some off-brand, they still have to be steel sleeved, or they would be leaking. So they're still worth $400. People want to give $500 for the whole car. Wheels are $400, brake calipers are $400. So no, I'm not taking $500. It's $1,500, or I'm going to gut it and crush it. I'm going to pull all the wheels, all the calipers, the rear suspension. 82 has a 4-speed, 1-year only automatic shifter. You want to do an LS swap or 700 upgrade on your car, there's your 4-speed automatic shifter. It also has a composite rear spring. I'll put that under my car one of these days if the car didn't sell. So the parts are there. It's worth $1,500. I have everything to go with it. If you want the engine and all that stuff, it's an extra $500. So $2K, have everything but transmission, cross member, and driveline. Okay, now we can get to the kid's story. So you remember we took this thing to a car cruise in, and it killed the fan. Overheated on me and my daughter. So I come out here. That was on a Friday 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So I come out here and I moved the wire on the Dakota Digital over where the other fan would work. Got it full of water. Everything seemed to be fine. No issues. So the following Friday there was a car show out west of town, and it's a little ways out. So I kind of in the air whether I want to go or not, because I still don't have a temperature gauge. So I said, well, let's work on the Dakota Digital fan controller, because if I can get it to work correctly, then I should be able to watch the temperature on my phone, and then I don't mind driving it that far. So we come out here. I did a lot of research. I read all my paperwork. Couldn't find anything. Kept reading and kept digging in my paperwork. And the way I've got this wired up, I've got a single wire sensor over there. Got a wire coming over here to the sensor slot on the Dakota Digital fan controller. Right here. And it says to just put the two wires together. The one from here that goes to the gauge, and one from the sender. Well, I did that, and it flashed an error, and it run the fan all the time. Couldn't find any information. All it said in the book was, if it's showing the error message, it's not seeing a sender. So we just run it that way until I could, get some other stuff took care of. Got to the muffler shop, got the exhaust done, got all that done. Anyway, so I finally found a thing in the Dakota Digital thing that said if your gauge in your dash doesn't work correctly, it can affect the Dakota Digital. So I took the gauge out of line. The wire from the sensor goes to here, and it works perfect. So I think all that's wrong with my gauge is probably a ground issue. But anyway, it's factory set up to come on at 200 degrees and go off at 200 degrees. So it's working perfect. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So now I think I can set this thing up where it works Bluetooth. Then I can program it with my phone. And then I can lost my train of thought. I can program it like I want it to work, replace the other fan where I have two dual fans again, and then I can watch the temperature on my phone on the app for the Dakota Digital stuff. So I get all that done, crank it up, and I'm watching the temperature on the, you can push the button on the Dakota Digital and show you the temperature. I'm watching the temperature and it goes up, gets to 160 degrees. I have a 160 degree thermostat. Should open, but I'm not getting any heat in the radiator. Well, I only drove it 4 blocks the last time I worked on it. So I get looking, well, it ain't got no water. So I get water. You have to pull the hose here, pour water in here the way these LSs are set up. And the block's empty. So I'm like, okay, there's no way I lost that much water just driving it 4 blocks to a car show. Pull the dipstick, no water, no oil, no water under the car. So I fill it all up, get the hose connected, let it run, comes up, 160, thermostat opens, radiator gets hot, fans work, everything works. Well, let me back up a little bit. When I got ready to start it, it wouldn't start. My battery, I just have hand tight. So I checked the battery cable, wouldn't start. Never failed to start. I'm messing with it. Battery cable's good. All the wiring appears to be good. It's just not getting a signal to start. And I thought, maybe it's not in park all the way. So I reach in there, and it's in neutral. Yeah, we didn't leave it neutral. So things are kind of looking fishy. When I took the car cover off, it wasn't covering one of the exhaust tips. I put it over both tips. Uh-oh, we're starting to see some red flags. So when I filled it up with water, I really didn't pay attention. And then it hit me. Look at here. Overflow hose is hooked up. Now, it's never been hooked up. You can watch all my videos. This hose is not hooked up. It's hooked up here. It's not hooked up here. So, I get to looking around my shop, and I notice my ratchet straps are scattered out. They weren't scattered out before. Guess what? My 18-year-old, he decides to go for a joyride in my car. And when me and him drove it, I told him we can't drive it, we can't hot rod it, we can't act a fool because we have no temperature gauge. Well, he didn't care. He just went out and run it in the ground, got it hot, and I guess he looked and it was spraying steam out of there, so he said, oh no, it blew that line off. He put the line back. So anyway, I grilled him, of course. No, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. And then he asked me about what you got to do to boost a motor. I said, well, you need to learn how to do head gaskets yet first for your little joyride overheating my car. I don't think it's hurt though. I've had it running up to operating temperature. I don't think he hurt it. But anyway, that's what you get to look forward to with your children. Joyriding your stuff. He's done that before. Now, we've had multiple discussions. I thought we were over all of that. But obviously it's hide your keys from here on. He doesn't even live here anymore. He just come in and helped himself and come over here work on a car I think he's driving and just helped himself to joyriding my car. But the kids, what are you gonna do? You see why there's laws against killing them, I guess. Because you just, there's a lot of money sitting right here. I've invested a lot of money in this, and for him just to have no regard and go run and joyride for his 20 minutes of pleasure, going to cost somebody a bunch of money. Anyway, now to my screw up. I was mowing, and look at there, pretty nice exhaust tip, nice and straight. How you like that? How you like that? I hit that one with the damn zero turn. Bent it. Trying to mow up close to it. Bent it. That's what made me decide to do this video, because Mr. Heavy Chevy, he's doing a Trans Am that he's had for a long time, and he was sanding some of the metal where the T-tops go and got into the paint. Screwed his new paint job up, so I thought, well, I guess it's a Father's Day deal. I did the same thing. Friday, mowing my yard, screwed my damned exhaust up. Brand new exhaust system. But we're going to send it back to Diego, and I'm going to have him build radiator brackets to move the radiator further away from the suspension so it don't ruin my new fan when I put it in there. And he's also going to move the emergency brake cables so you can run wider tires on the back if somebody wants to do that. But that's about all I got for sale. Parts car, or a project. It needs a lot of work, but pretty solid car for sale one of these days if I ever get the motor and all back in it. So happy Father's Day to all my subscribers and anybody that watches this video. Like, share, follow, share it to your social media, Instagrams, and all that mess. Facebook, I don't have a Blind Flips Facebook. I have a personal account, but I don't have a Blind Flips account. Thinking about it, but I hadn't done it. I don't really have enough subscribers yet. I have 132. Appreciate all you guys, but we could sure use a lot more. So Father's Day, give me a like, share, comment. Maybe put some of your stories in the comments about your kids and the good and the bad. My oldest one is 35, and he don't want to keep a job or place of employment. Last time I heard, he's living in a car. I don't see him too much. My daughter, we went through our troubles, but she's got it figured out. She works hard, got 3 kids, got a nice home, new car. I can't drive anymore, so she takes me to work, picks me up, gets my supper, whatever I need. She's there. She's a great kid. But them other two, they ain't quite got their direction figured out yet. Maybe someday. So there you go. Share your stories in the comments. Hit the like button or dislike button. Any reaction was help the algorithm. Get them old subscribers up. Give me a Father's Day present. Throw me a bunch of subscribes. And so we'll catch you after I get healed up where I can get back to work. Thank you all for watching.